Okay, y'all, nice balmy Alaskan morning. It's actually plus 10 instead of minus 30 today. I'm at the Stone Soup Cafe. It is a place that serves breakfast for the homeless in this area and serves sack lunches, and we're going to serve in there today. And as a lot of places that I come into, I don't always get to film or video or interview my experience or the people that are in here for various reasons, so I'm not going to disrespect them by walking in when my camera's blazing. As I say, I'm here to serve today. I'm here to listen and learn, and hopefully document and share my experience. So see how it goes, and hopefully I can get some insight, some interviews, and share the rest of that with y'all. Alright, Stone Soup Kitchen. I'm not sure if I can record inside, more than likely not. I'm going to try to see what I can do. Okay, y'all, it's 7:20 in the morning. Second day at the Stone Soup Cafe. Gonna serve from 7:30 to 10:30. Once again, they do many things for this community, and it's a really cool place. I look forward to actually talking to Ed, the director of this facility, today, and getting some more insight as to what they do. So I'm going to enjoy my day serving this community, and then get to talk to Ed and share what happens here. So morning. Okay, y'all, this is my third day over here at the Stone Soup Kitchen, Fairbanks, getting ready to serve this morning. Same old process. Men and women, anyone comes through, they get 2 meals and 1 to go. Nice healthy breakfast, nice healthy delicious lunch, and they get to take a sack lunch with them for the road. And they also get fruits and other things that they take with them, stockpile, some water sometimes. So get ready to serve here. I love this place, and they let us in at 7:30, and they close at 10:30, and they get up and do it again 5 days a week. And when they're not serving on the weekends, Saturday and Sunday, the Catholic services here takes over for the community. Getting it done.
At the rescue mission, you kind of get secluded into your own little area, and you just by yourself all day, you know? Right. You know, it's kind of like your experience.
How long have you been in Alaska?
All my life.
Oh, you're right.
40 years, yeah.
That's rare. I don't know if I've ever heard anybody say all their life.
Yeah, born and raised.
Wow.
Stone Soup Cafe. Very delicious and healthy meal. definitely been to a lot of shelters where quality was terrible, and the love that's put into this place as well. All right, another day down serving here. About 50 people came through. Once again, not everyone is homeless. There are a lot of elderly that come through that aren't able to afford to feed themselves on a regular basis, much less cook meals. So this isn't just a service for the homeless, it's a service for those that need it. I love it. All right, my third day serving at the Stone Soup Cafe. It is near closing time. Once again, a beautiful day of serving up healthy food, good food, and the people that are here, the volunteers, truly have a good spirit and a good love about them, which is most important. All right, Ed, what's going on, man? Thanks for having me.
Hey, Trent. How are you today?
I'm doing great, man. Thanks for having me here. I'm at the Stone Soup Cafe in Fairbanks, Alaska. And I have been coming up here the past 3 days and serving this community, and it's been so fulfilling to me on so many levels. But it's been fulfilling to be around the staff and volunteers here that really pour their heart and passion into this this facility, and you serve up love more than anything, man. I wanted to share with the rest of the world essentially what you guys are doing here so they can understand your model, your process, and for people to go, we can do that as well in our communities. So I'd love for you to explain to the people that would watch this as to what you guys really offer here at the Stone Soup Cafe.
Sure. So I'm Ed Bermudez. I'm the executive director here at Stone Soup. And for us, our main focus is to make sure that we offer a safe place where people can have a meal and have companionship, be able to forge bonds of friendship in a place of dignity and compassion. That for us is first and foremost in our mission. We offer a meal every Monday through Friday, every week of the year, no matter if it's a holiday. We're open from 7:30 to 9:30 in the morning. And we try to make this a place that is as much a community center as it is a soup kitchen. A place where people can come in, have a cup of coffee, read the newspaper, have a warm meal, and get out of the cold. That really does encompass the Alaskan landscape. We'll have days where people are coming in and it's 20, 30, 40 below, and we want to make sure that people have that they have the ability to come in here and feel that they're not judged, that they have a place to come to, that they can rely on it. And even a lot of folks that have found places to stay, they're not homeless anymore, technically, they still come here because they find this to be a place of companionship, that they're able to find their friends and find people that care about them and find people that don't think of them as discarded, and can have that every day. So besides our cafe, we also have a few other avenues of our program. We have our own garden, the Stone Soup Garden, that when the weather gets warmer, we'll start having volunteers in to help water and plant there. And we look forward to about 2,000 to 2,500 pounds of produce produced every year, which goes directly into our cafe and help provide sustainability for our cafe. We also have a newer program called Stone's Throw, that it's a culinary job training program, and this is where folks are able to get trained on the technical skills of being in the kitchen, but also life skills, things, conflict resolution and conflict management, how to deal with particular life issues that they have going on, and our life coaches and our chef instructors work with them to do that, so that way they can be as successful as they want to be moving forward. They've learned skills, but then they also learn general skills on how to deal with life, and be able to inspire confidence in them to move forward and be self-sustaining. And then we also have a kids cafe program.
Yeah, I'm glad you're touching on that. I wanted to ask about that. So Go ahead.
The Kids Cafe program is pretty cool because what it is, it's a program that is based around families and children and helping them understand the ways that we need to address poverty in our community. That this is an issue that's not solved by one or two people or one or two organizations. It's an issue that the entire community needs to embrace and find solutions together to solve. And so what's great about Kids Cafe is that we bring people in, a lot of kids and families, and they help prepare meals for the upcoming week for the guests here. They also do a lot of decoration for our cafe to make people feel welcome and inviting. And they also learn about ways that we can address poverty together in our community. And so making them understand that this problem exists, but it's not a problem we can't solve if we work together on it.
It's essentially raising awareness by showing through example as to how this community is struggling to survive. I mean, to put it that way. One of the things that most common throughout my travels and what I continue to hear about the men and women that are working these facilities or volunteering, whatever their capacity is that you're here to restore people's confidence and dignity. And it's so important when you lose a job and lose your home and all those things that go along with it, you as an individual continue to spiral down to just the depths of darkness. And it's people like you and the volunteers that pull those individuals out. And also the most common thing is, I use this phrase like most people would, it takes a village. I mean, you have beautiful relationships with the market down here and some of the restaurants. I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, but
Yeah.
I think you have relationships with some of the restaurants that provide food.
Definitely. The Houston, I'm sorry. That was a little bit of reflex. The Fairbanks Community Food Bank up here, it serves as a fantastic clearinghouse where a lot of the restaurants and a lot of the grocery stores will send their food directly there, and then that gets parsed out amongst the community organizations. And we're so incredibly thankful to have such a wonderful resource as the food bank up here. We also have great relationships with other restaurants here in town. One of our local cafes, Lunch Cafe, they've been huge supporters for a long time. Every time that they have pastries and things that they haven't sold, they make weekly donations. They bring things in, and we have lots of folks in town that are always willing to share. We had someone call yesterday that said he had just been out ice fishing. Had caught 12 big beautiful fish, wanted to see if we wanted 10 of them. And and people are always willing to share their resources here in Fairbanks, which is an amazing thing, and which really makes the goal of making sure that people have something to eat and someplace to stay really attainable.
And one thing you touched on as well is not everyone's homeless that comes through here. You are providing for people in need, and I don't like using that word loosely. They are people in need. You're not able to, I mean, they're living off of maybe a Social Security or various types of subsidies that are bare minimum and non-sustainable for them to go to the grocery store and buy healthy meals. They might be able to buy, the basics, but you're providing some of the most, delicious meals. I've eaten here every day, and it's soul food. Truly is soul food, man. And you have the chefs and the cooks that are here, the volunteers that are just putting their heart, their passion into it. So you taste that, but the food is delicious. And like you said, could you kind of give me a percentage? I don't like statistics, but what would be the statistics of those that are truly homeless that come in here?
Sure. I'd say probably close to 75%. We have quite a few, because we have places like the Rescue Mission, places like the Housing First program here in Fairbanks, where those who are homeless can apply to live in their like small efficiency apartments. But we know that there's so many more that can be accommodated.
Right.
You know, the Housing First program can fit right now about 40 individuals, and they have more than 300 people on their waiting list. So it definitely, there's a very large amount of homeless individuals here in Fairbanks that we see cycle through every day. You know, and for some of them, this is the only meal that they get during the day. So we want to make sure that they have something that's filling, something that it tastes good. It feels good to be here, to eat here, so that it starts their day at least on somewhat of a positive note.
Most definitely.
Because I think that positivity is what helps carry them through.
Most definitely.
And I think that there's the way you feel when you eat something can really carry through and through the rest of the way you are. If you eat food that doesn't agree with you, or you just don't feel enthusiastic about it, that kind of lack of enthusiasm can carry through. So we want to have things that people can eat here and they feel good about it. They feel good about being here, and that carries through the rest of the day.
That's very powerfully stated, because this will be my 38th state. I've eaten in many facilities, shelters, and whatnot, and you can tell when it's not served up with love, man. And you can tell, sadly to say, that there are organizations that get a lot of money for their food pantries and donations, and it's subpar, to say the least. And that is part of the dignity part. That's the equation that comes in when you're sitting there eating, watered down beans on a tortilla and drinking water for your breakfast. When you're receiving, I'm not trying to throw anyone under the bus, but that's a true statement.
Sure.
You feel like you're being not treated properly. So you come in, and not only do you serve soul food and food made with love, but you serve a breakfast, you serve a lunch, and then you also provide a meal, like a lunch, a sack lunch for people to leave with if they want to. And on top of that, you have fruits and other things that they can pack up and take with them as well, and carry out throughout the rest of the day. Because like you said, for many, this is the only place they're able to come and eat. A lot of the shelters are over capacity.
Right.
Is that right?
Yes.
And one thing I wanted to ask too, campers. There are people that are camping out in sub minus 40 degrees. I can't understand that, but they are.
Yeah. And we have a lot of individuals who, they might find their way under bridges, or you have individuals that are heading in from other small villages in the area. There are some folks that try to make their way all the way from Anchorage, which is 350 miles away, to find a place to stay and to eat, and so for us it's important that they have that, they have a filling meal, something that's nutritious, because also nutrition is a big part of this. We want to make sure that, food insecurity is a big problem in Alaska, because obviously we can't grow a whole lot throughout the entirety of the year, but we want to make sure that when these folks come in here to eat, we offer them something nutritious. They have whatever fruits and vegetables that we can get a hold of. We want to be able to serve, because again, if this is going to be their only meal of the day, this might be the only way they receive proper nutrients, and we want to be able to provide that.
This to me is nurturing at its finest on so many levels. You're providing tools of empowerment. You're giving opportunities. Not everyone uses those tools, as we both know, but many do. That's the beauty of it. You have to provide and see where it goes from there. But on top of the food and how people are served, and just the loving atmosphere, and once again the word of the lifetime to me is restoring dignity. And so I'm grateful that I've been able to be a part of this. It's been very overwhelming to me to be here and to feel the love and the acceptance. I explained to you earlier that I came in day one. Of course, I'm the outsider, and not too many people looked or spoke at me when I tried to extend myself to them. But day two, I could feel them warming up. And day three, you know, they were calling me by name. Hey, Trent, how you doing, Trent? And you know what? Many did. I don't come in and say I'm a documentary filmmaker, award-winning this, that, or whatever. I just came in being me, and I had many ask me, "How are you?" Same thing as you say, the companionship that they have with the friends that they have, and I hear them saying, "How are you today? Are you okay? Are you cold? Are you living okay?" They ask me the same. I walk out of here in the streets, and I have the men and women that are here that come across the street and come over, "Trent, are you staying somewhere?" That's overwhelming to me. That is the love that you feel from this community. As harsh as the climate is, and as harsh as some of the individuals are, they still love one another, and they're concerned about one another, and that's how all this continues to have the domino effect or the ripple effect. As it starts in a place like this where you're nurturing, and the nurturing continues. So, man, it's a beautiful thing, and I'd like to see. There's really not too many excuses why communities around the United States or world can't start a place like this, because it's not necessarily that you have one person out here doing it all. The key is you have someone who had an idea, and this has been here, what, 31 years, I think?
This has been here now. Stone Soup officially opened in a different location in 1984. So right now it's been 32 years. So yeah. So it's been a while, you know.
Started with the individuals. Is there a name of the person or persons that started this?
I don't have that for.
We'll edit that part.
Yeah.
So let's start with this. What I understand is it started with some individuals thinking, I need to take care of my community, and they started with sack lunches, right? And then you work from.
Yeah, it started as, you know, in the basement of a church, just serving sack lunches and realizing the importance of a hot meal, you know, especially in the climate as Alaska offers, and to provide a place that people could have that, and in a place of dignity, compassion, and warmth. And so it's been a long, arduous road for Stone Soup to be where it is, but through the fantastic support of the community here in Fairbanks, and people that want to and are willing to make a difference, a place like this exists.
Well, thanks first and foremost for having me, and thanks again for sharing this process and this experience with really many that I hope hears this message. And it is nothing more than an attempt to inspire people that are watching to say, I can do something about it too. It starts with an idea, and then it starts with relationships that are built within the community, because not too many people I know can do it on their own, if anyone. To continue to use the phrase, it does take a village. So man, thank you so much for having me, man. I appreciate it. Appreciate everything you're doing for Fairbanks, and God bless you guys, man.
Of course, you're very welcome. Thank you for being here, and thank you for volunteering with us. We're always appreciative.
I loved it, man. So yeah, if you're in Fairbanks, come on out here and help out at the Stone Soup Cafe. And those of you that would see this or watch this, there have websites. Yep. And Facebook page.
Yep. Where our website is www.breadlineak.org, and you can find us at the Breadline on Facebook.
And you can contribute, and you can volunteer, and you can donate, because that's what it's all about. Fairbanks Stone Soup Cafe. Okay, y'all, just spent the morning with the Stone Soup Cafe, a really cool place, great people, mostly volunteers, but it's a place of many different facets. It's a place of empowerment because they use the kitchen to teach and apprentice men and women how to cook properly, serve in the industry, and go out and find a job. They also have a self-sufficient garden that they use to supply their foods, as well as relationships with various restaurants and food banks. And the food is so delicious in quality. I mean, seriously, I can't even explain it. I mean, it's made with love, what we call soul food back home. So it's a beautiful thing being here, and the atmosphere itself.